front on what Dr. Louisi said. Mrs. Kelly Miller came aboard to work with Dr. Louisi with the first Florida team. At that point, she was a parent only and wanted to learn. This kind of goes back to her being able to hook up Mississippi with you as well. And as a parent, she took on the responsibility to learn how to do this, learn how to build report cards in Florida, and really just did a marvelous job overall, and knew her stuff and decided she was going to run for state secretary, and she won. So again, it's the power of parents and what they can do when they decide they want to learn how to do it. So she started from scratch and just made it happen. So I think, I want to say congratulations to Dr. Louisi for reaching out to them and for them coming aboard. That's a big part of our ability to make this sprint. Florida's numbers, Ohio's numbers are critical to us meeting the numbers, and especially with Dr. Louisi being in Florida. All of that kind of works out. So I'm going to start the process now, and we will do the school. And I'm going back to Florida again. Dr. Louisi and I had a discussion about the last school, and she had mentioned that that particular school had 2% African-American students in it. And I bring that up because one of the things that she and I talked about that's going to be important for everybody to understand is no matter where our kids are, if they are counted and they meet what they call the N size for the school, we need to know where they are and what they're doing, and are they in best academic practice schools. And some we're going to find that they're consistent with the percentage of our kids in the national pool, or in the state pool, or in the county pool, or in the city pool. But more important to us is, are they in the school? Are they being counted, and how well they're doing? So just, that we had that discussion. So introduction to those who this is your first time in looking at what best academic practice models for Black students is about. My name is Jim McWilson, and I'm doing a presentation tonight. And one of the schools that we're going to do is a school from Know Your Schools from the Florida Department of Education. One of the things that's important about knowing the state report card, district report card, and school report card, I reported last evening. They have a very nice way of doing it in your state. You can look at models that work. I would consider this in terms of how they've established the school report cards, district report cards, and state report cards all in alignment. So we're going to take a look at school report card. And we're looking for a particular school. And I'm going to see if I can find the school. Hopefully it works. And if it doesn't, we will know in a minute. And then we will select the school.
Jim, may I just mention that the person who is the chair of education is from a university. She's a professor at the university.
Okay.
And so she's anxious. I just want us to be aware. I don't know if we have others who are, but I thought that was a little bit different in that we certainly will be able to get information at the college level and some of the issues that we want to bring up with her. She would be, she's a great personality and would be happy to share that. And she wants to do the whole education piece with the NACP. She's the one who wrote the email that came out yesterday. So, was that yesterday, Gemma?
I believe so.
I think so. Okay.
Okay, so we're going to Pompano Beach High School report card. And if you take a look at their report card, which is again an A-rated school. If you notice, they've been A-rated for the last 5 years. Again, meet in our top tier. In terms of the looking at assessment and accountability, um, you can go directly to it here. That comes up. It allows you to then look at the particular group. We're going to look at the African American students within that school. Again, the school is rated A across the board, but we want to look at the Black African American students in English language arts assessment results by achievement levels. One of the things here again, their scale is 1 to 5, and it's A, B, C, D, and F in that particular range. If you are at the bottom, in terms of the level and the count, they have approximately 5% in that F level, 24% in the D level, and the rest are in the proficient, what they call on grade level. There's a comparison to the county. They're in Broward County, and they're in the state of Florida. So again, in reading English language arts, the students here are doing extremely well. We can also look at, in terms of down at the bottom, although we will not get into all of these because we're concentrating on English language arts and mathematics. However, acceleration, discipline, and attendance, graduation and post-secondary access to quality educators, long-term goals and interim progress, per pupil expenditure, and then national data is available. And again, what I like about this, it's all on, as you can see, on the first page. So you don't have to go far to see it. But again, seeing that the vast majority of the Black students are in that best academic practice model, and they're achieving well above the level that our expectations are. And if you take a look here where it says a subgroup across the board, this is, again, I mention this again because it's important. They're way up front of a lot of schools. They already have their 25, 26 data out, measurements at all levels. The particular subject can be chosen here. I'm going to go to mathematics for the same group. And again, view the chart again to see where our students are. And again, if you look at this from the standpoint of where our students are, you have the vast majority of them at the top tier on grade level and above. So whether it's in mathematics or in English language arts, these are the kind of things that we look for. And if, as a parent or a family member or an advocate or teacher, if you look at outcomes first, everything else should be in alignment. If you start with all the other things, you may never get to achievement. And so here, there's level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, and level 5. These level equates to 5 would be an A, 4 would be a B, a C would be level 3, a D would be level 2, and level 1. There are technical papers on the website that will allow you to get into the specificity behind how they calculate their numbers. But just the fact that they use the same grading level that they use for the classroom makes it easier for the parent. And I think that's probably the most important thing for us is that's out. Now, this is a magnet school in terms of um, the school itself. And you can look at all of these particular grade levels in terms of the group. This is a 9 through 12 school, a traditional school. Magnet schools are traditional schools. They just have a special tint. Magnet schools fall into the same category as, quote, early college schools. But as we have proven in the past, we have 100% poverty schools that are traditional high schools that score at the A level as well. So we don't want you to think because they are a magnet or an early college that it can't be done in a regular high school, and specifically in schools that are majority Black. It's just a matter of one, do they have egalitarian educators who want to fairly and equitably and equally educate all children? And two, do they have the resources necessary to do the job? And three, have the barriers been removed that prevents the educator, the parent, and the students from providing what's needed so that they can each be successful for the students? So I'm going to stop for a second and then ask, are there any questions about this particular school in Broward County? Dr. Navisi, any questions? No questions? I'm going to give you one more piece of information, which I think is important. This is population and enrollment, which is also on the front page. Mrs. Moore, can you see this?
Yes.
Okay. So there are 1,300 plus students in this school, 52 teachers. And because we're looking at Black students make up 24.4% of this entire student body. So again, we're looking at how do we see our schools. Economically disadvantaged is 37%. Students with disabilities are all listed here under population and enrollment. But again, of the 1,337 students, 24% are African American students. So I'm going to come off for a minute, stop sharing, find out if we have any other questions. Dr. Weezy, you still there?
I'm here.
Okay. So I wanted to do a different school because when you and I had the discussion, we were talking about the laboratory school was attached to the university and was 2%. So I wanted to go to a different school on the opposite end, which is where there's 24% of our students in the school and they're still performing at an equal level to those that are attached to the university. And hopefully when Mrs. Miller and I get started, as we pull from your original list in Florida, that we'll do the same thing we did in Ohio, and that's pull schools that are specialty schools and regular schools so that parents know that even if they can't get into a magnet in an early college school, if they hold the school accountable themselves, the teacher and the student accountable, that it's possible for them to achieve at a high level so long as the rigor is there. And
Excuse me, but I do have a question,
sure,
Gemma, as soon as I can.
sure.
I wanted to know, do you see where the specialty of the school is? It's science and math, isn't it? I just want to be sure.
In terms of well, hold on a second. Let me go back to that school. And
The magnet.
yeah, let me go back to the magnet. Let me pull it up and share it so everyone can see your question. It doesn't actually indicate whether it is, but that information is available. Mrs. Ms. Emoji, could you just Google Pompano Beach High School and see if it's a science magnet?
Yes, give me 1 second.
No problem. Okay, while she's looking for that, again, the most important thing for parents and family members that are considering schools is to not just look at the 1 year, which is important, but as you can see here on the screen, they're showing 5 years of outcomes across the board, which is very important in terms of achievement over time. One second. Did it not come up? Actually, it's an international school, Dr. Nweezy.
Yes.
It's a global student exchange. It has international studies, kind of consistent with in San Diego, they're called baccalaureate schools,
Yes.
which
Yes.
is international baccalaureate. They also look
Mhm.
at information technology. Um, and so that's a big part of what they do overall in terms
Mhm.
of being an international focus.
Yeah.
Any,
All
any,
right, so it's one of the top 26% um schools in the nation,
mhm,
based on the US News and Report showcase of high schools. So,
very important.
mhm.
Okay.
So I'm trying to get to the subjects. I want to know if they do science and math exactly.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, they do
Okay.
all of the above, but they do it under the specialty of international studies. So they still do the
Mm.
basic coursework, but their
Yeah.
focus in terms of if you're familiar with international baccalaureate programs, it is at a
Mm-hmm.
global level
Yeah.
as opposed to just a local.
Thing, their theme on their webpage says academic excellence, global vision, and unlimited future.
Yeah.
And I was trying to see the distinct specialized programs.
Well, let me just give it to you. I'm going to go back to this. International studies focus on global
Hmm.
connections with partner schools across 22 countries. International summits, they host and rotate student delegations, information technology, and magnets across the board. And so they do all of the above, but their overall overarching is they are magnet with those specialized things within it. It's not necessarily a STEM and technology or STEM in that sense,
Mhm.
but it really focuses overall on international studies, international interactions, but they still have to fulfill the normal what our sense is English language arts and math. They have to do that first.
Yes. And Mr. Matt Wilson, if I can add, it's an international affairs with information technology, and they offer programs in Mandarin, Chinese, French, and Spanish, and they complement it with a diverse range of technologically focused courses, including computer science, international business, scientific visualization, and digital video production. Um, and so that is part of their curriculum, and they offer AP courses and dual enrollment courses also, just like some of the other high schools that have been discussed. And they have students have the opportunity to enroll in the Cambridge AICE diploma program, an
Mhm.
internationally recognized college level curriculum developed by the University of Cambridge. The ACE or AICE program emphasizes on critical thinking, research skills, and global awareness.
So the
So,
global international oriented.
mhm. Yep, just like you said, but I was just reading it from the paper.
No, but it's
Mhm.
good that you read that in because it's good for parents who want to hear, based on Dr. Weezy's question, what is it they do in detail? But again, I
Mhm.
want to go back to our main focus. Number one, do they do reading English arts at an A level? Yes. Two,
Yes.
do they do mathematics at an A level? Yes. Then they can do all these other things because our focus is, are our children achieving at the highest level, proving our point empirically that they can compete in any environment, whether it's the laboratory school at the university, whether it's the magnet in international school where they make up 24% of the population, or the laboratory school where they make up 2% of the population. We expect them to put, if they're counted, we want to know their performance. Okay. Any other questions? Mrs. Moore, you have a question?
No, I'm satisfied.
Very good. All right. Then in that case, that kind of completes parents. If you have a question, best academic practice models um, at gmail.com. Best academic dot practice models at gmail.com. You can email us. You can email us at also at Achievement Matters um, at gmail.com. Just be sure and spell achievement with three A's for African American achievement. But in either case, this is what we do, this is how we do it, and this is why we do it. We are doing this. So if you'd like to join us, you'd like to be a part of it, check your school, check your schools, which schools are achieving. Are they meeting the state law in terms of the requirements for proficiency in English, language arts, and math? And then look to see what kind of specialty school they are. First, can they read? Can they read on a grade level? Can they do math? Can they do math at grade level? And then they should be able to do everything else. Okay. Um, any other questions?
I don't, but I wanted to make a statement. I'm
Sure.
not trying to get away from the subject. This is very much in my mind on the subject. Did we see the article on? I was trying to determine was a boy or girl, but I'm forgetting the sex of the child. But we have a child who and it's a black child. Is getting a doctorate degree, and she graduated from, I think, college it was at the age of 10. And she's getting her doctorate degree now, or you've forgotten it. I don't know which one, as I just recalling it. Did anybody see that beside me?
I sent that to everyone.
Okay. Okay.
Great. So we have another best academic practice.
Mm-hmm.
Just so that people know, yes, we can, yes, we can, yes, we can. I will close with this. Only those who can see the invisible can do the impossible. And this is not impossible for us, whether they're 10, 12, 13, 30, 35, 55, or 75. They want to erase our achievement, but we will not be erased. So with that, if there are no additional questions, I'll say good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.